divided by 4 would give me 3. And that lets me know that the slope of this line would be negative 2/3. Hi there, my name is Dr. Marissa May, and in this video, we're going to be finding the equations of a line that pass through the point 3,2 and negative 314. And the important thing is we're going to be representing this line, this equation, in several different forms. So let's get started. The first thing we have to do is to find the slope. So you can see our first formula is that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we need to identify the y2 being the second y coordinate, that's the 14, and the y1 being the first y coordinate, that's the 2. So we can do that 14 minus 2 on the top, and that gives me 12. And then on the bottom, you see I'm doing x2, that's the second x, negative 3, minus the first x, which is 3. So I've got 12 divided by negative 6. That leaves me a slope of negative 2. Now, our next step is then to take our slope-intercept form, our y equals mx plus b, and we're going to put in negative 2 for m. All right, I needed to move my video there so we're not covering up the work here. We're going to be substituting in negative 2 for m in our slope-intercept formula, which is our y equals mx plus b. You'll notice I'm putting negative 2 in for the m because that stands for the slope. So our next step then is to take one of the points. I'm going to use 3, 2 because they're both positive. And I'm going to plug in 3 for x and 2 for y to help me find b. So my equation looks something like 2 equals negative 2 times 3 plus b. You'll notice I put 2 in for y, 3 in for x. And now let's go ahead and simplify. So negative 2 times 3 gives me negative 6. So if I add 6 to both sides, I get that b is 8. So now I'm going to take my equation and replace the b with an 8. And my slope-intercept form is y equals negative 2x plus 8. Now, we're going to write the other two forms of the line as well. That's our point slope and our standard form. Let's take a look at how to find the standard form. Now to do this, we're going to start with the slope-intercept form. So we have our y equals negative 2x plus 8. We're going to add 2x to both sides. When we do that, we're trying to get x and y on the same side of the equation here. And so that leaves us with 2x plus y equals 8. Once we have x and y on the same side of the equation and no fractions anywhere in the equation, then I know that I'm in standard form. So this 2x plus y equals 8, it's the same equation of the line, it's just in a different form than the slope-intercept. Now the last one we want to look at is the point-slope form. We're going to use the slope. Remember, we already found it to be negative 2 and a point from that we are given in order to write the point slope version of this line. So I'm going to use m as negative 2 and I'm going to use 3 and 2 as my point. And you'll notice I replace the y1 with the 2, I replace the x1 with the 3, and this is my point slope version of this line. Now, I don't want you to be confused. Each of these is the same line. Different equation, same line. And the reason being is because they just look different. If you'll notice, they all have a slope of negative 2. They all will pass through the point 3,2 and negative 3,4. If we were to graph these three, they all would land in the same spot. It's just a different form of the equation.